Boxing isn't a sport, it's an extraction of the soul. When you walk into that gym for the first time, you aren't just there to learn how to throw a punch. You're there to kill the person you used to be. The smell of old leather and dried sweat, that's the scent of the sanctuary. Most people see the glory of the heavyweight champion, the lights of Las Vegas, and the multi-million-dollar purses, but they don't see the basement. They don't see the thousands of rounds where nothing happens but pain. To become a boxer, you have to accept that your body is a tool and you are the blacksmith. You are going to burn, you are going to break, and you are going to be reshaped. It starts with the silence of the early morning road work. While the world is tucked under warm blankets, dreaming of success, you are out there on the cold pavement, lungs screaming for oxygen, feet hitting the ground in a steady hypnotic rhythm. This is where the foundation is laid. If you can't win the battle against your own alarm clock, you will never win the battle against a man who wants to take your head off. You have to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. You have to find peace in the middle of a storm. We aren't here for the casual observers. We are here for those who know that greatness requires a price that most are too poor to pay. You have to decide right here and now if you are a spectator or a participant in your own destiny. Boxing will strip you of your ego. It will show you exactly who you are when you're exhausted and cornered. It's the most honest mirror in the world. You can't lie to the heavy bag. You can't cheat the skipping rope. Every shortcut you take in the gym will be exposed under the bright lights of the ring. So ask yourself, are you ready to be honest? Are you ready to suffer for something that hasn't happened yet? This is the entry fee. Welcome to the grind. You are no longer living for the weekend. You are living for the work. You are building a temple of iron and leather, and every bead of sweat is a prayer to the god of combat. There is no room for vanity here, only the raw, unpolished truth of the man you are when no one is watching. Everything in boxing begins and ends with the jab. It's the most neglected weapon by amateurs and the most feared by professionals. The jab is your radar, your shield, and your sniper rifle. It's not just a punch, it's a conversation you're having with your opponent's face. You're telling him where he can go, what he can do, and when he's allowed to breathe. A master of the jab controls the universe within those four ropes. You have to throw it 10,000 times until your shoulder feels like it's made of lead, and then you throw it 10,000 more. You're looking for that perfect snap, the pop that echoes through the gym. But beneath the hands, there is the real secret, the feet. Boxing is a dance of life and death. If your feet are wrong, your hands are useless. You need to move like a ghost and hit like a hammer. Balance is everything. You have to be able to move in any direction at any millisecond without losing your center. This is the science part of the sweet science. It's geometry with a heartbeat. You're calculating angles, distance, and timing while someone is trying to cave your ribs in. I want to know what part of the game fascinates you the most. Drop a comment below and tell me, are you a brawler who loves the hook or a technician who lives for the jab? Your answer tells me everything I need to know about your spirit. You must study the greats. Watch Ali's movement, Hagler's toughness, Mayweather's defense. You aren't just a practitioner, you are a scholar of violence. You need to understand the mechanics of how a hip turns, how a heel lifts, and how a fist rotates at the last microsecond to tear skin. It's a beautiful, brutal puzzle, and you have to solve it while your vision is blurring and your heart is pounding against your ribs like a trapped bird. Skill isn't a gift, it's a habit. You build it in the shadows so it can shine in the sun. Don't look for the knockout, look for the perfection of form. The knockout is just the byproduct of doing everything else right. You are a craftsman. You refine your trade until the movement becomes instinct, until your body reacts before your brain even processes the threat. This is the level where the elite reside. Fear is the most powerful force in the ring. If anyone tells you they aren't afraid before a fight, they're either a liar or a fool. Fear is like fire. It can cook your food and keep you warm, or it can burn your house down. Your job is to control the flame. When the walkout music starts and the crowd is roaring, your mind will try to betray you. It will whisper that you aren't ready. It will remind you of the sessions you skipped or the rounds you coasted. This is where the mental architecture and the champion is tested. You have to look fear in the eye and invite it to the party. You use it to sharpen your reflexes and heighten your senses. A boxer without fear is reckless. A boxer who masters his fear is invincible. You need to develop a poker face that would freeze the devil himself. Your opponent is looking for a crack in your armor. He's looking for a heavy breath, a wandering eye, or a hesitant step. You give him nothing. You become a void. This mental toughness isn't born on fight night. It's built in the sparring sessions when you're getting tagged by a bigger, faster guy and you refuse to take a step back. It's built when you're tired and your mentor is screaming in your ear to give him one more round. You have to learn to love the pressure. Pressure turns coal into diamonds, but it also crushes the weak into dust. If you can feel the weight of this discipline in your own life, show your respect by hitting that like button. It's the silent nod of one warrior to another. You are training your brain to stay calm when the world is screaming. You are learning to see opportunities where others see obstacles. When you get hit, and you will get hit, your brain shouldn't register pain, it should register data. Why did that land? How do I counter it? What's the next move? This is the cold, calculated nature of the predator. You are the architect of your own confidence. You build it brick by brick, rep by rep, until it's a fortress that no one can breach. You are not just fighting the man in front of you, you are fighting every doubt you've ever had. You are proving to yourself that you cannot be broken. The heavy bag is your most honest friend. It doesn't hit back, but it tells you the truth about your power and your gas tank. When you hit it, you aren't just swinging. You're imagining a rib cage, a jaw, a solar plexus. You're practicing the art of destruction. You hit it until your knuckles bleed through the wraps and your breath comes in ragged gasps. But the bag is only half the battle. Then comes the road. Road work is the boring part of boxing that wins fights. People love the flashy pads and the speed bag, but they hate the 5-mile runs at 5 a.m. Longevity in the ring is determined by the strength of your legs and the capacity of your heart. If your legs go, your power goes. If your power goes, you're just a target. You have to become a machine. You have to embrace the solitude of the long run. It's just you, your breathing, and the sound of your shoes on the asphalt. This is where you talk to yourself. This is where you decide how much you really want it. Every mile is a deposit in the bank. On fight night, you're going to need to make a withdrawal, and if you haven't put the work in, the check will bounce. You have to be obsessed with the process. You have to love the sore muscles, the bruised ribs, and the constant fatigue. It's a lifestyle, not a hobby. You don't do boxing, you are a boxer. Everything you eat, every hour you sleep, every person you spend time with, it either helps you win or it helps you lose. There is no middle ground. You are either getting closer to that belt or you are drifting further away. If you haven't yet, join our community by subscribing. We're building a corner for the elite, and there's always room for one more dedicated soul. The world wants you to be soft. The world wants you to take the easy way. Boxing is the antidote to the modern world. It's raw, it's real, and it's earned. Every round on the bag is a statement of intent. Every mile on the road is a promise kept to your future self. You are refining the engine that will carry you through the fire. You are becoming a person who doesn't know how to quit. The bell rings and the world disappears. There's no crowd, no coach, no lights. There is only the man in front of you and the square circle. This is the moment of truth. Everything you've done for the last 6 months, the dieting, the running, the thousands of jabs, it all boils down to this. The first time you get hit clean, your plan might go out the window. Your nose might break, your eye might swell, and your mouth will taste like copper. This is where the brawler and the boxer are separated. You have to stay clinical. You have to stick to the plan. You use the pain to fuel your focus, not your anger. Anger makes you sloppy. Sloppy gets you knocked out. You're looking for the opening. You're baiting him with the jab, moving your head, slipping his shots by a fraction of an inch. You can feel the heat coming off his body. You can hear his breath getting heavier. You're breaking him down, not just physically, but spiritually. You're taking away his hope. Every time he thinks he's found a way in, you shut the door. Every time he lands, you land two back. You are a relentless, calculating force. This is the crucible. The heat is intense. The pressure is unbearable. But this is where you are forged into something new. You aren't just fighting for a win. You're fighting for your name. You're fighting for every person who doubted you. But mostly, you're fighting for the kid who started this journey. You owe it to him to finish it. You find that extra gear. You find that punch you didn't know you had. You push through the exhaustion until you find your second wind, and then your third. This is what it means to be alive. This is the peak of human experience. 2 souls, 1 ring, and the ultimate test of will. You are dancing on the edge of a blade, and the only thing keeping you from falling is the work you did in the dark. You are a warrior in the truest sense, navigating the storm with a cold heart and burning hands. When the final bell rings and the smoke clears, the result is almost secondary to the transformation. Whether your hand is raised or not, you are no longer the person who walked into that gym months ago. You have been through the fire. You have faced your greatest fears and you didn't blink. That belt, if you're lucky enough to win it, is just a piece of leather and gold. The real prize is the man you became to earn it. You have developed a discipline that will carry you through any storm life throws at you. You have learned that failure is just a lesson and that pain is just information. This is the legacy of the canvas. It teaches you that nothing is given, everything is taken. You carry this warrior spirit into your business, your family, and your community. You become a leader because you know what it means to serve the grind. You become a protector because you know the value of strength. Boxing is a cruel mistress, but she is a fair teacher. She gives you exactly what you put in. As you move forward, never forget the smell of the gym or the sound of the heavy bag. Never forget the mentor who stood by you when you were nothing. Your journey doesn't end when you leave the ring. It's a lifelong commitment to being the best version of yourself. Keep your chin down, your hands up, and your heart open. The world is going to throw punches. Make sure you're ready to slip them and counter with everything you've got. This is the way of the boxer. This is the way of the champion. Stand tall. You've earned it. The silence after the fight is the most profound silence you will ever know. It's the sound of a job well done. It's the peace of knowing you left it all on the floor. Now take that peace and build something even greater. The world is your ring now. Go win the next round.